Okay, so this is Unit 3, Lesson number 2. We're going to build on to what we learned yesterday, and we're going to learn about what's called recursive formulas. So let's take a look at the sequence. This is kind of a recap of what we did yesterday. So let's consider the sequence 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. So we're going to go ahead and name this sequence like we did yesterday. I'm going to call it A of n, or the sequence is called A. And what do I notice? I notice that I have to start with my first term. My first term in this case is 5, and now I need to examine what's happening here in this sequence. Well, this looks like this is a +3 sequence. So that means I'm going to do plus my common difference, which is 3 times n minus 1. Okay, so this is called an explicit formula. So the formula that we learned yesterday, these are actually called explicit formulas. The beauty of an explicit formula, just like you learned yesterday, is I could now ask you for, say, the 100th term, and all you would have to do is plug in 100 for n, and you would be able to tell me what the 100th term of this sequence is. Is there another way that we could generate this sequence? Well, if you examine this, you could look at this as like, well, isn't 8 just take the previous term and add 3 to it, and 11 is take the previous term and add 3 to it, and 14 is take the previous term and add 3 to it? So you could describe this sequence to somebody and say, okay, well, to get any term in the sequence, say the 100th term, you would just take the 99th term and you would add 3 to it, and that will give you the 100th term. That's what we call a recursive formula. Okay, so that's what this is going to look like. We're still going to call it A of n because it's still, how do you get, the sequence is called A, and how do you get the nth term? Well, like we just said, you would take the term before it. Well, what's the term before it? The term before it is A of n minus 1. And then what are you going to do? You're going to add 3 to it, just like we talked about. So let's take a look at that a little bit closer. So say you want the 100th term. So n would be 100. You want the term before it, and you're going to add 3 to it. Well, if n is 100, and A of n is the 100th term, then you would need the 99th term, which would be 100 minus 1. So this is the term before this one. So this term, the one before it, add 3. Now, the only thing missing is that when you give a recursive formula, I want you to notice that there's nowhere in here that tells you what number to start with. You can't just tell somebody, hey, take the term before it and add 3. If you want to generate a sequence, you have to tell them where to start. So with this, we also have to tell them that A of 1 is 5. You have to tell them that. So this is called recursive. Okay, and I want you to notice this looks super familiar or super similar. You might go, there's an n minus 1 here and there's an n minus 1 here. The major difference between those two is that this one has the name of the sequence. So this is a term, and this is just multiplied by your common difference. So this is going to take a little time, but we are going to have to get comfortable with both of these formats, explicit and recursive. Let's try this next piece here. It says generate the first 5 terms of the sequence defined by f of n is 3 times f of n minus 1. Notice the name of the sequence is on both sides of the equation. That means this is a recursive sequence. It says, a recursive formula rather. It says to get any term in the sequence, take the term before it and multiply by 3. And it also tells us where to start. So the first term is 3. The second term says take the first term and multiply by 3. That's going to be 9. Take the term before it and multiply by 3. That's going to be 27. Take the term before it and multiply by 3. That's going to be 108. Take the term before it and multiply by 3. That's going to be 324. So there's the first 5 terms in the sequence. And I generated it by starting with 3. And then each time I took the term before it and multiplied it by 3. So the two main differences between explicit formulas and recursive formulas. So, number 1, explicit formulas can generate any term in the sequence instantly, while recursive formulas depend on the previous term. So if I asked you for the 100th term in a sequence, an explicit formula, you'd be able to go right to it. A recursive formula, you'd have to know the 99th. And to know the 99th, you'd have to get the 98th. And to get the 98th, you'd have to get the 97th, so on and so forth. So recursive formulas are not that great at giving you terms that are really far into the sequence. And then the second thing I want to write down is more literal. I want you to pay attention that with recursive formulas, the name of the sequence, like A or F, appears on both sides of the formula. And that's important for distinguishing. If we go back up here, in a explicit formula, the name of the sequence only appears on this side. So you don't see an A anywhere over here. But on a recursive formula, I want you to notice that A appears on both sides. That's a really easy way to distinguish between an explicit formula and a recursive formula. And that's it. That's lesson 2.